Like I said, a chilly day. Our director is Drew Bishop. My partner is the legend around these parts in Huron, Bill Needham. I'm Mike Lilge. Thanks for joining us. And Bill, it's always interesting when we're doing these track meets in April because you never know what you're going to get. Last weekend we're at the Edison Invite, and a pretty nice day for an April day. Today the sun is out a little bit, but it is cold and it is windy. And you look at the wind coming down the home stretch, runners are going to get a little bit of a boost behind them.
Absolutely, and I thought by the forecast that we were going to get a day up into the 50s, so it was going to be relatively warm. I thought it was going to be a great day to run until we get up here and we find out that it's in the 40s and a gale-forced wind coming out of the west. So they're going to struggle on the back stretch and then get that a little boost coming down the home stretch to finish up their races.
You look at, of course, it's an invitational, so number of teams going to be here. Of course, you'll have Huron, then you have Edison, Willard, and St. Mary out of the Sandusky Bay Conference. You also have Elyria. Elyria Catholic is here. Mansfield-Madison is here. Wauseon is here. Benedictine has some runners here. So going to get a chance to see a good cross-section of runners from not only the area, but all around the state as the girls 4x8 is underway.
And that's kind of what the coaches should be looking for, is to face some other competition, find some good programs and bring them in and let your kids run against them. It's, you're looking at now maybe 3-4 weeks till we get down to district time, and you got to start getting ready for the state tournaments.
Should mention Lutheran West is here as well. As we look at this girls 4x8, the first event of the day, you have a team from Elyria Catholic, a team from Wauseon, you have a team from Madison. You have Huron, who comes in with the best seed time at 10 minutes and 15 seconds. You have a team from Edison. You have a team from Elyria Catholic, a team from Lutheran West, and a team from Elyria. So for Huron, you have Jaden Towns, Samantha Lesnack, Riley Towns, and Lucy Watson running in this event. From Edison, you have Haley Choppett, Zoe Korfman, Grace Anderson, and Maylee Wilnow running in this event. And I mentioned, Bill, Huron comes in with the best seed time, and their relays on the boys and girls teams have been really good these last couple of years.
Yeah, they have, particularly in the speed events where they're using some of that speed, but we've talked about it many times, Mike. In the shorter distance, it's more about the handoffs, the exchanges that are made. It's a little bit easier here in the 4x800 to get your handoffs down, but when you're talking about sprinting, the exchanges are very important.
Interesting, the team from Elyria Catholic came in without a seed time, and you wonder if that's just because maybe these four girls haven't run together yet this year, or what the deal may be, or maybe their coach didn't submit a seed time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, because if you had even one girl who had run on a relay group and had a time, you would submit that one, I suppose. But not having a time is just maybe they haven't been together and maybe they haven't run it. So we have to see how this Huron team is doing. They won this event last year and set a meet record of 9 minutes, 28.53 seconds, 9:28. They defeated or changed this record by about 8 seconds.
And what was cool about that is, remember, Bill, they set the record in front of the team from the old record, who had the old record, because they honored them beforehand, and then they got to watch that record fall.
The very first event after honoring, and they were state champions that year. So they were state champions. They had the meet record. They were honored before the meet, and then the girls take to the track and set a new record. And that was kind of a special day. Today, the Huron track program recognized the 1974 boys state championship team. So we can maybe talk about those guys as we go along. That was 50 years ago. Huron track won the AA championship. Yeah, they were divided different in those days, but Huron was a AA school.
This is the 43rd annual Artie Miller Invitational. So as your time as an athletic director at Huron, you obviously had a hand in a number of these as well. And it's kind of cool that we've got so many of these meets in our area. This is the 43rd. Last weekend we just did the 49th Edison Invite. that they've been able to keep these things going year in and year out like that.
Yeah, a couple of things, and you mentioned it a lot last week. We talked about it, is the volunteer help. You've got to have people out here to get the job done, from announcers to people at the field events to people on the clock. There's a lot of things that go in the award system. A lot of things go into it, and things have changed over the years. We used to have the coaches come up after the meet was over and pick up all the awards in a brown paper bag, as we had everything up here, and we, as soon as the race was over and we had the results, we'd put the awards in that school's bag. And now they've got the podium down there. The coach says we're going to give the kids proper recognition. We're going to announce their names and have them stand on the podium to get their awards. So it's gotten better as the years have rolled through, and the competition's good, and that's why teams keep coming back.
You know, and there's been a change in these invites, too, that we talked a little bit about last week. Gone are the days of having prelims in the mornings and then finals after that. They've gone to, you still have heats of the event, but it's all a timed finals. So really, you can place or even win out of any one of the heats that you're competing in, which makes it a pretty interesting element, because then we have to kind of wait until the end to see what the official times are, to see who won through 8 and who placed and got points for their teams.
And it keeps us busy, because now we have to cover every heat, whereas in the past we may have just let those early prelims go by and then just film the finals. And now everything counts. Everything is important. And I think it's much better for the kids this way. They don't have to run as many races. As you talked about Mark Barker running down at the state in the 220. He had to run prelims before he got into his finals. So he had to run a couple of races before he got into the finals. And that kind of wears and tears. And then he had to go into the relays and run heats of those, the prelims and then the finals. So it's better for the kids this way. They come out and they do their event, and they can get ready for their next one.
Now, when they do get to the SBC meet, or for the schools outside of the SBC, their conference meet, a lot of those conferences, you still do prelims and finals. The SBC actually does them on different days at different sites for the prelims, because now, Bill, there's so many schools in the SBC that if you try to do it all at one meet for the prelims, it would take you probably 22 hours.
Yeah, exactly. You have to streamline it a little bit and limit the competition. You can't let everybody on every team come into the SBC meet, but I think they're limited to 2 contestants in each event and 2 relay teams in an event. So hopefully down the road we'll get to see those SBC tournaments and cover some of the great athletes we have in our area.
Yeah, I think, I might be wrong about this, but I think Huron is a host this year for the prelim night for I think it's the Lake in the Bay that they run the prelims together, because the River Division now has so many schools that they're almost as big as the Lake in the Bay combined.
Yeah, that could be true, Mike. I haven't looked that far down the road yet, but it's coming quick, that's for sure.
The Huron Tigers, I mentioned, coming in, had the best seed time that was listed at 10 minutes and 15 seconds. You had Edison at 10:20, just 5 seconds behind them as the second best seed time.
Huron has a comfortable lead. I believe this is their last lap.
Again, the Tigers team has Jaden Towns, Samantha Lesnick, Riley Towns, and Lucy Watson. I don't believe Jaden Towns, if I remember correctly, ran in the 4x8 last weekend for the Tigers, but this is their home meet, Bill. They want to get the win. Their boys won the team title last year. Their girls haven't won a team title since 2018 or 2019. So it's important for them, especially for the seniors. They want to go out as their senior year, getting that trophy here at home.
You know, those are the types of memories that will stay with you for a long time when you get to your last big event on your home track. And a new track this year.
Yeah, right after this event last year, they started tearing up the track and beginning the process. There you see the Tigers. Good, strong finish here. You see right after this event last year, they started tearing up the track and getting it ready for The process.
You're two older than me.
Just a couple.
And these Friday night track invites, we find a lot of them throughout the course of April. And the runners are out actually on the track for the first event, which is the girls 4x800 meter relay. And I'm curious, they're out there running right now, but when they run in front of the clubhouse here, they're only going to have 4 lanes available to them because the hurdles are out in front of us here. That's kind of unusual.
Well, they're trying to save some time, but I just saw they moved all the hurdles over into lane 7 and 8,
Yep.
so opened up the track a little bit for the 4x8s.
Yeah, down here towards the finish line, just 4 lanes available. And
Once
you'll
they
hit
the
cones
cones
there, yes, they'll be able to go down. And you wouldn't want to be running out in lane 8 once you hit those cones. It's a lot further away around, and that's a familiar color for SBC runners, as that's the Edison Chargers and Haley Kaput, who's a senior out there leading the way. Chaput. Oh, shot put. We're just joking around. But the Chargers out there, of course, a trip around the track here, 400 meters, so 2 trips around for each runner. And let's set the girls out on the track for Huron. Right now, it's Lucy Watson. She'll be followed by Jaden Towns, Samantha Lesnick, and Riley Towns. Edison with Haley Chaput, Lily Reisner, Becca Hauser, and Grace Anderson. The Firelands Falcons with Mia Sutorius, Dylan Copley, Lauren Phillips, and Hazel Littleton. Seneca's Tigers with Julia Enders, Valerie Bordner, Jaden Kagi Alexander, and Carly Foose. Fostoria, help me out with the nickname of the Fostoria team.
Redmond.
Fostoria Redmond. We'll have Brooklyn Holman, Ariana Rodriguez, Chaslyn Titus, and Avery Teal. Midview, are they the midshipmen?
Middies.
The Midview Middies. Grace Burdoff, Madeline Chelath, Allison Winslow, Reagan Henley. Brookside will have Amira Fram, Ashley Owen, Ava Nunez, and Brianna Dennison. The host Polar Bears with Ines Bertel Gill, Amira Roofing, Ella Shadwell, and Grace Pasica. And rounding out the teams here, it's Tori Bell, Maddie Feta, Madison Moran, and Aisha Bowler-Nawa from the Elyria Pioneers. So those are the teams out there right now. And if you look across the backstretch there, the team with the best time is, and when we say best time, it's not even close, Bill. They're about 50 seconds clear of everyone else, and they've taken a lead across the backstretch here.
Haley Choppett from Edison ran a very good opening leg for Edison, got the lead, but right now it's Jaden Towns, who's one of the premier distance runners in our area. She just ate up all of that distance and is now pulled out to a good lead.
I should let you announce the Edison Chargers because I've already named I've pronounced her name 3 different ways in just 2 laps.
I just always think of shot put, so it's Choppett.
Choppett. Chaput, yes, that's what I thought.
Like shot put. Chaput. Okay.
And we have some girls' high jump results as, again, this race going to be out on the track for probably all of 12 minutes for the last teams to finish here on seed time of 9:40. But scoring points here in 8th place, Brenna Baird from Firelands, 4-4. Kenna Caldwell from Winford goes 4-6 and ties her teammate Zoe Whitmire. Kennedy Saylor from Margaretta, 4-8, scores 4 points for the Margaretta Polar Bears. It was Catherine Cumston from Edison, goes 4-8, 5 points. In 3rd place, Jill Hubbard. And the interesting thing here, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, all in the high jump, all freshmen. So Jill Hubbard, 3rd from Midview at 4-8. Ava Ham from Midview, 4-10. And then Tegan Jasinski from Firelands, 4-10, gets the 10 points. And in these races here, scoring is 10-8-6, 5-4-3-2-1. And there you see Towns coming across. And
so we had a move by Ella Shadwell of Margaretta, but she has now just been passed And I'm going to take a guess that is
Seneca East.
That's black and orange.
Yep, well, orange on the front.
On the front, on the name.
Yes.
And Jaden Kagi Alexander had passed Margaretta's Shadwell to take over second place. So the Huron Tigers out in the big lead, and they now have Samantha Lesnick running. Chris, the meet record here is 9 minutes 40 seconds flat, and the Huron entry time is 9 minutes 40.6 seconds.
You know, we past track meets, we've put all the pressure on our producer Ian to give us the times. We're fortunate here that the Margaretta scoreboard is going to put off the times here, and they are official times. Is that some new program, you think?
Yeah,
if it is a new program, you know Drew Grawl would have it before anybody else.
It would have to be tied into the computer at the finish line in the FAT system, the automatic timer. So I'm not sure if that is the case, or if they're just running that. So we'll see as we move along. Seneca East is the team that owns the record in this event. And we said Huron comes in with the fastest seed time. Edison has the number 2 time. And Farland's in number 3.
And Margaretta runs second right now. Seneca East third. Edison fourth. And I believe that's Brookside fifth. Look like a cardinal on the front there.
Brookside is the Cardinal nickname.
Right. And we'll see out turn 3 is the Huron Tigers, Samantha Lesnick. What was your theory, Bill, with they've got Riley Towns, the freshman, running the last leg?
That's
any pressure on a freshman?
Put a little bit of pressure on the young girl, but I think they decided that maybe, and I hadn't talked to Coach Lemp about this, but maybe they decided that they could build a big enough lead by sending out their big guns. Lucy Watson, very experienced in the distance. Jaden Towns, as I mentioned, one of the best in the area. And then Samantha Lesnick, who's just behind Towns in capability. So, they had 3 real good ones in that early lead. But Riley now has the baton, and she looks like she's got a great stride going here in the beginning of her first lap.
Margaretta with about a half a football field, about a 50-yard lead on Seneca East right now with 800 meters to go. And Margaretta is going to turn it over to, let's see, Grace Pasica. Addison hangs on to 4th with Brooks. Actually is not Brookside. Not sure who that team is in 5th there.
I think that's Firelands.
Firelands?
I think. Thought I saw a falcon on the chest.
But right now it is all Tigers as expected. And it'll be interesting to see with the meet record being 9:40 here on seed time being 9:40. She basically has 800 meters to go, so she's got to do it in about 70 seconds.
She has 400 meters to go.
400 meters, yes. 1 lap to go, excuse me. There you can see the duck pond in the background.
Even a decent time would be 1 minute from that spot, and she's beyond that. So if she can maintain that stride the rest of the way home, I think the Tigers have a chance here to set a new record.
We're going to see some records fall here, as there's, not to mention some of the teams here, but there's some fine individuals that will probably take down some individual meet records here. Of course, the one record we don't expect to fall is the girls' pole vault, as that's been won by Margaretta year in and year out.
Yeah, that one's pretty solid for probably a pretty long time. Less than 100 to go. Riley Towns trying to beat the clock. She's got 7 seconds to get there.
And that's her teammates, Lesnick, and I assume that's her sister, Jaden, that were there cheering her on, and going to be just over.
Yeah, unofficially about 7 seconds over. I edited.
in there.
Leadoff runners, please stand in your lanes. On your marks.
tournament tickets, photos, and merchandise. Connect with the OHSAA so that you can stay connected. Programs for this OHSAA state tournament are currently on sale. All state qualifiers, brackets, history, and lots of other exciting features are included. Pick up your copy of the program today.
On your mark.
seconds. In sixth, Athens, 9 minutes 32.11. In fifth, Ottawa Glandorf, 9